push-ups. I've been doing sit-ups. I've been doing chin-ups. I've been doing pull-ups. I threw up once, but I'm okay now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. DJ Oakley here, Richie Julietta over there. It's been a good day, Rich. I mean, from a standpoint, you were just on a call. You were on a meeting, one of our interviews, if you will. Louisville going to be represented this week, so we're excited to get them started after 6 weeks. You can imagine. I mean, it's tough. I mean, we talked about this before. What was it, probably a week ago, how tough it is to get caught up with all these teams, these coaches, these players. And there's only so many of us. I mean, you think there's a skeleton crew kind of with what we do like on a Friday night basis.
Yes. Yeah.
You take a fraction of that, and that's what's doing that.
Yeah.
Doing
Monday through Thursday, you got a core group of maybe 5 of us that are, able to really punch out some interviews. We were able to talk to golfer Nate Kelly from East Liverpool earlier on our show. So utilizing our shows, kind of, showcasing these athletes, and it's tough, especially because we've got our own stuff going on as well outside of work. I mean, we got some interviews that are big tonight, especially at the Post Office Pub, Mineral Ridge, first one, and then I'll be at Canfield again. Here we go. That's good.
You guys have cows at your farm?
Not at mine.
Your Uncle Bill's.
Uncle Bill does.
Dairy, obviously dairy farm.
Probably lives off Leffingwell.
Got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Pro Bowl, right? We're going to keep it local ties, I guess. But we're going to talk about the Pro Bowl. And is it one of those things where does it even matter that they put the Kaiba? Like, you literally just found out when we talked about it.
Yeah, I don't even care.
So they've got a week-long kind of project to make up for it with challenges and things like that. We'll talk about all the things. I don't even know if they've released it yet from a standpoint of what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. They're just like, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. Is it a good idea, bad idea, or are you indifferent to what the NFL is trying to do at that point? We're going to get into a little bit of Cleveland and Pittsburgh talk, because I feel like, Richie, you as a Browns fan, as a Guardians fan, as a Steelers and a Pirates fan, we are on different trajectories right now that we are not accustomed to, my friend. You guys are arrow up, and we are arrow straight to hell. Straight to hell. We'll talk about that as well. So, kind of going against the grain. Wednesday, there's not a lot shaking and baking here.
Got a lot of golf, but that's about it.
Yeah, and that's, the sectional stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll talk all that and more. But first, we do, as we do each and every day, we get to On This Day in Sports History. Here we go. On this day in sports history, 1955. Like, get in the DeLorean, like Back to the Future style, legit 1955. The first, and I mean first, World Series color TV broadcast debuts on NBC TV, where the Yankees beat the Dodgers.
Of course, it was the Yankees and the Dodgers.
It's going to be the Yankees and Dodgers again.
Yeah,
I feel.
Something's
go Guards,
change, huh?
Go Guards. But I feel like it's the Yanks and the Dodgers again. What do we have here?
Oh,
Roberto Alexander Walker III says, "Do you ever think that Pittsburgh could get an NBA team?"
I don't know. I think they already have too many.
Too many what?
Too many teams. You got hockey, you got football, and you got baseball.
What does that matter?
I just don't think that Pittsburgh and its sub-metro area is big enough to have 4 teams.
I don't think Pittsburgh would support an NBA team. There's physicality. You know what I mean?
Is basketball big in Pittsburgh?
No.
Then no. Because
I don't think so.
Like Cleveland,
Hockey's
basketball is huge. Like football in Cleveland and Northeast Ohio, huge. Baseball, we're kind of seeing it right now, not so much. And
right.
The attendance kind of show that. So it makes sense in Cleveland to have football and basketball for sure, because no matter how good or bad the Cavs and the Browns are going to be, people support them. Baseball, nobody gets good attendance right now, but the Guardians, who are just already locked up their playoff berth, then they still can't get over 12,000 people in that stadium. But when you look at it from that standpoint, Pittsburgh is a football and a hockey town, right? I mean, hockey, my cousin played hockey for the Little Penguins, so I know a lot about hockey and the history over there in Pittsburgh. Football, obviously, with the Steelers dominant. Pittsburgh baseball is struggling a little bit right now, attendance-wise, and
a little bit
on the field. So I don't think it makes much sense to add an NBA team when you can't even fill certain.
Well, here's the thing
stadiums.
With I've always had this problem with baseball. When Potesta was here, he made the argument that people need to go fill the baseball is now expensive. Baseball wasn't expensive.
No,
and that's when people would go.
Yeah.
But you're looking. People talk about football being expensive. Football is relatively expensive,
but it's one time.
And if you're a season ticket holder, it's 8 times.
Yeah.
Right. As opposed to baseball, it's 81 times.
Yeah. It's just, and it's so hard.
It's too much.
And what kills baseball is now these new time slots that they have. Who's going to watch an 11 a.m. baseball game? What is that?
I guess I would rather watch and this is going to sound weird as a baseball fan. I'd rather watch an 11 a.m. baseball game and have the rest of my day to do stuff rather than.
Yeah, but I look forward to watching the games.
Right.
It's different for me. I like coming to work and then, doing whatever. And then I actually look forward to going home and watching those games at 7:00. That's kind of like my time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. When they play it at 11 in the morning, I could barely watch it because we're working.
Yeah.
And then I have nothing to look forward to the rest of the day.
See, what's fun for us though is we come into the office. If a baseball game's on at 11 a.m.,
we could put it on.
We're good. 7 a.m. we're probably working. We're out doing a game somewhere. That's where a lot of this. I used to love professional sports. We don't have time for it anymore. It's from a standpoint people could ask me what's going on with the Pirates right now. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Just from a standpoint, I know they're losing, so it doesn't make me want to watch anyway. I'm not a fair weather fan, but who wants to watch their guys get beat up every night?
No, nobody.
But I'm also doing interviews and going to games and doing all that stuff, which is first priority for us. So yeah, if there was 11 game, I would sign up the Pirates for every single game at 11 a.m. Every single that. If you're in the bottom 5 or the bottom 6 in the Major League Baseball, you have to play the majority of your games at 11 a.m. I would love it.
I don't know. I just don't think they'd get too many viewers.
I'd get season tickets. Another question comes in from Raw the Third, R.A. Dub. It is last question. Do you think the Pirates would ever consider moving to another city from Pittsburgh? Yes, I do, because the Penguins almost moved.
Yeah.
And if the Penguins almost moved, the Pirates, even though they have the best stadium in the world, by far,
it's the best stadium ever,
they would pack up and leave. And at this point, maybe it's not a bad idea.
I think the best destination for opening up a new Major League Baseball club is Nashville. Nashville and its city is growing and multiplying by the year.
I believe it.
That's a huge baseball town. I think people love baseball there. Their AAA numbers.
Are they the Sounds or something?
Yeah, the Nashville Sounds. They get great numbers. There you go. Well, I think look at the next one.
There it is.
Reading my mind. Move to Nashville. Great fit.
See,
I 100%.
Runs in the family.
We're on the same page today.
You and Uncle Bill.
Uncle Bill.
You gonna feed the goats after?
I am.
All right. Nashville, I think would be a solid fit.
Nashville's it's a baseball city. I think that deserves to have a professional team outside of hockey.
But I can tell you the next
And
team, the next
football.
city that's getting a pro team.
Who?
Montreal.
Yeah, I just don't like that though, because with all the COVID stuff, and everybody's got to get the vaccination and go over there. Some people aren't even playing because of it, and it's just, I don't know. Like the Blue Jays, they're good, but I don't even watch them.
Can we just trade the Blue Jays for the Pirates right now?
Like,
we almost did. We almost got the Blue Jays in town a couple years ago during COVID.
That's right. They were going to play in Buffalo, I think, right?
Pittsburgh BJs, baby. Like that's where it's at.
Yeah. Charlotte.
See,
Charlotte is awesome. I love Charlotte.
No, I think that's a terrible idea. I think
What's wrong with Charlotte?
The Queen City. It is to me, as I wear the Panther colors proudly today. Charlotte's not a good. I just want to say it's not a good baseball town. Like they don't support the Panthers. They have an NFL franchise and they don't support that town nearly enough.
I guess you're right.
And then you got the Hornets, and I've never heard anything good about Hornets attendance. Michael Jordan's your owner. What else do you want? Like, explain to me what else you like. Derek Jeter's not going to buy the Pirates and move them to Charlotte.
I don't know. I like Charlotte. I think it's a nice city.
I'm with you on Nashville. I like
love
that.
Nashville.
Raleigh, it's an underrated city. Yes.
I think it's too small.
Yeah. I mean,
of course, you got Raleigh, Durham.
The Bulls.
Yeah. Who are like all in the same area, of course, because North Carolina and Duke.
Yeah.
They're right there.
And they're not going to put a professional franchise right next to a minor league team because it'll kill it.
Yeah. Well, you take away the minor league.
Dead in the water.
If you put any, major league team next to a minor league stadium, it's wraps. Like, why would you even?
You know what? Where needs a professional ball team?
Where?
East Palestine. Bring in the East Palestine Patriots, and we ride at midnight.
Where would you build that stadium?
Right here. I'll be the first one to start knocking down bricks.
Everybody and Joe would have season tickets.
Joe.
They'd be giving them out for free.
Joe be scalping tickets out in the front lawn. Yeah, I don't know. Like
the EP Patriots.
The East Palestine Patriots, man. Get on board. Get busy living or get busy dying. That's what I'm saying. Austin, Texas would be. Doesn't Texas have
Arlington? Yeah, Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
It's right near Dallas.
Don't they already have two teams? They have Houston
Astros.
That's it, right?
South and then Arlington.
So
yeah,
Texas, I know you're big, but you don't get three teams. I'm sorry. Big enough city to hold major league franchise. It is.
It would be.
But technically you already have. Yeah, I mean.
It's kind of like California, though. The California's got three.
What's Austin? I think Austin from Dallas is like. Is it in like 2 hours or something?
Hold on. I got my.
So you don't want. I mean, baseball is fragile as it is. You don't want to be breaking up franchises and their fan bases.
Yeah. So Austin.
How about we could put one in Utah.
It's just so far. Austin is pretty far from Houston and Dallas. So I mean,
but that's a college town.
Yeah.
Like they have the Columbus Clippers in Ohio. I don't think baseball would be supported at the professional level.
No, it wouldn't.
In Columbus or Austin or college town. Like it's a college town.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons you don't put a professional baseball or a professional team in a college town because there's a lot of bad things that can happen.
Yeah.
And we've seen them happen. So you said or California has three teams.
What about Las Vegas?
So I would be down for, but aren't they supposed to get the A's?
I don't know.
They keep talking about the A's
every other year.
Right.
So you never know. But the problem with Las Vegas is you solely rely on travelers at that point. You don't have a home fan base.
Yeah, you're not going to get, season ticket holders.
No, that's the problem.
You need a team like the Raiders to survive because people will travel from God's green earth wherever in the universe because they're all weird anyway. Dressing up like it's a Lady Gaga concert going to a football game. But I think that at the end of the day, baseball is different. You have to know your fan base, know what you're going to. Now, the Trash Pandas, what is it? The Rocket City
Rocket
trash.
City.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're in Alabama, like Madison, Alabama, I think it is.
I'm going to say something that's really crazy. Completely change of topic. Bring the Savannah Bananas way of life. Their baseball, entertainment, baseball. Bring it to the major leagues and see what happens. Or start something.
Start your own league.
Start your own league and see what happens. Because I'm telling you, it would beat major league ratings.
100%. Portland, Oregon.
Nike would like that.
Yeah, I mean that could work. I mean the problem with Portland is you're close to Seattle.
And does it always rain?
Yeah.
So you'd have to build an indoor stadium to do it. Nike'd be happy to do it, I'm sure.
Nike would do it. But like I think Portland's probably
But at that point, why don't you just go to
probably from Seattle.
why don't you go to Canada? Because Seattle's right next to Canada.
Yeah, like right next to Vancouver.
Yeah. So at that point, I mean, I don't know. No, one thing's for sure. We don't need any more West teams.
No
more West teams.
No.
That's there's enough of the and like the 10 o'clock baseball should be
brutal.
dead forever.
It's brutal.
Like let those guys play at 11 a.m. It's Western time, so it's like 2 o'clock.
But you look along the East Coast, and you really don't have much that can hold a Major League Baseball team. I mean, you already got Tampa and Florida and Miami and Florida. And then you go up the coast through Georgia. Those towns just aren't big enough to hold a baseball team. So I guess Charlotte, what Siggy said, is your only hope down in the Carolinas area. You already got one in D.C. You already have one in Baltimore.
Oh, here we go.
New York's got 2.
Here we go. Siggy coming out to the owners. Figure out how to make owners spend money to be competitive before getting more teams. Okay. Yeah. Listen, as an owner of a company, it's easy for people to sit there and say that you don't spend enough, right? It's easy for that. I have a solution. If you don't think the owner's doing their job, go buy the team.
Wow.
Go to PNC, fill out an application for $1 billion, Siggy.
More than that.
Slide it across for the Pirates.
Oh,
a bill?
I think it'd be 2.
No way. The Pirates are like worth $38.50 in a bag of spaghetti, and uncooked.
But you got to figure these owners, they're not going to sell it to you for cheap. Like they're going to make you spend a good fortune for it.
I think we all know that Bob Nutting's making money. He's making money.
Has to.
But do I see a problem? Yes. But I don't have the bank collateral to go in and say, hey, I want to buy the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know? And not a whole lot of people do. And that's why the owners are the owners. Amos says Orlando has right now, I don't think anybody's worried about baseball in the state of Florida.
No.
Buffalo. That's interesting.
Buffalo?
I think Buffalo would get behind a baseball team.
100%.
They would love it.
Well, Buffalo, you got Sabres. You got the Bills, obviously.
30 or 1 point. I thought he said 32 billion. 1.32 billion. All right, so we're in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll give you $48 and whatever's in my pocket. Like, there you go, Nutting. You can have it.
I think Buffalo would love a team.
I think Buffalo would be perfect.
But then once again, you're not bordering, but you're close to Toronto.
Right, but you're well within the American border.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
You can always hop over, but you do it. Buffalo would be perfect for a baseball
Rochester
team.
There.
Because that's a country baseball team.
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect spot. Small market team. A team in Maine would be really cool.
I just don't know where you'd put that.
I think the stadium would be bigger than the state. I think there's only 32,000 people in Maine to begin with.
That's the problem.
Buffalo, he says, also Manchester, New Hampshire. I've never
been in New Hampshire.
No. Buffalo, I like. Buffalo is a sports town.
Yeah.
I think it has to be a sports town. And you're not dividing fans. Like some of them are Yankees, some of them are Mets. But if Buffalo got one, I guarantee everybody in Buffalo would follow that team. Hands down.
Anybody in, that part of New York would.
What would you name it?
The Buffalo Bombers.
That's not bad, Rich. That's not bad.
The Buffalo Bombers.
I like it.
Like Wyndham.
There we go. DJ Gross would be the general manager from Wyndham to Buffalo. That's a good suggestion. I like Buffalo.
Buffalo wouldn't be bad. Because, I mean, you look everywhere else and
Here's the other one. Iowa.
Iowa, yeah. But
It'd be perfect.
I'm guessing Des Moines.
Put it at the Field of Dreams. They built that stadium out there. What about Omaha? I think it's a no because of college. Let Youngstown have a team. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You could be a skipper.
I already got connections.
The Youngstown Yahoos. No, just a little bit of the conversation. I don't know how we got here, but man, we got there. Real quick before we go to a break in about 10 minutes, let's talk about this Pro Bowl thing, man.
I never watched the Pro Bowl, so like
Ever?
I watched it when Joe Thomas was in it
Okay.
once or twice, but that's it.
Yeah, Browns fans have no reason to watch the Pro Bowl. Well, had no reason. Now you'll have a reason to watch.
Yeah. But like it's just nobody tries. I mean, why? And the only people that play in it are the ones that aren't in the playoff race.
So it sounds like they're going to have flag football instead. And
I'm down for that.
I was just going to say, as guys who just went to the national championships of flag football, I'm not against it.
I'm down for that.
I think, and you can help me or you can disagree with me. I think flag football is not only on the rise, it is going to on a major trajectory upward where people are going to be playing flag football like they do men's softball. Yeah, like men's softball.
Yeah. And, I think it was a little bit of an eye-opener for us being able to see the money that you can make doing this. It's like we pulled up and I'm like, the cash prize for this tournament's like $15,000. I'm like, what in the world is going? Like, these guys don't have jobs. They travel the country and play flag football.
Yep. And
they pretty much assemble players that are former college athletes. Like we saw that Eric dude who was a backup quarterback for Houston. Played
Kirk
linebacker.
Cousins. Or no. Who was it?
Oh, that's going to kill me.
It's the backup quarterback for the Browns a couple years ago.
Who was it? It wasn't Kirk Cousins.
He just played.
I might have to go back on the broadcast.
Is he number 4? He was number... Man, he was the backup Browns quarterback from 2 years ago. Maybe even a year ago.
Oh, was it that long?
I can't remember his name.
I can't either.
Indianapolis. That's
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. Yes, thank you very
Good
much.
call.
Look at Uncle Bill's on the spot.
Uncle Bill is all over it today.
Indianapolis is a good spot for a baseball team, too.
Case Keenum. Yeah, he's the backup for Case Keenum. And who's the other guy? The TCU guy. TCU receiver.
Oh, yeah. See,
barbecue chicken.
I don't think they were allowed to play in the pros. I don't think you could come backward. Although the one dude looked unbelievably like Julio Jones.
Yeah, he did.
Like to the size, to the hair, all across the board. I guess he could just change his name to barbecue chicken and he's good.
Nobody's gonna say anything.
He's tater tots and mash, because
and moss.
I think the NFL has been working diligently behind the scenes to bring flag football into the mainstay. And I think this was somebody during a meeting had a great idea. They go, you know what? Screw the Pro Bowl. We're just going to play flag football with professional athletes. And other people went,
oh.
Although I will tell you, for those of you who have never seen flag football, full speed,
it's fast.
There's contact.
like people truck people.
We've never seen anything like this. So I don't know what the rules they're going to have for this Pro Bowl is, but I guarantee you it's not nearly as good as what we're going to have. Oh, wait a minute. We're in Tampa in January.
Yeah.
I wonder if it gets nuked.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to make some calls.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if depending on when it is in January, if it's it would be about that time where the professionals could go and watch the game.
That'd be sweet.
That would be cool. That'd be very cool. Where's the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know.
Probably
shouldn't know.
I don't
The
think it's
Browns
in
will be
Tampa.
there.
Oh, he throws a Browns getter. Got him. I got him. He kind of trailed off at the end there, Richard. Go ahead, speak up. Say it for the back of the class.
I already said it. I can't say it anymore.
2-1. 2-1. And they're going to the Super Bowl. Here we go.
Let's go.
It's not in Los Angeles.
No.
Is it in Tampa?
I'm trying to find
If
out.
it's
I
in
know that
Tampa, I'm going to
Rihanna's
lose
singing
my
the
mind.
halftime.
They would have had a story about it with all the storms.
Yeah.
Phoenix?
Come on.
I'll bet it's in Arizona.
Why won't this just pop up?
Or is it in Vegas? It's in Vegas. Watch this. Hey, Siri, where's the Super Bowl this year?
Super Bowl 57 will be played on February 12, 2023 at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
Whammy.
It's in Arizona.
Nice one.
I thought it was in Vegas.
It could have been. I don't know. I said Phoenix, and then I said Vegas.
All right.
You're just mad because I ripped on your brownies because they're 2-1.
Hey, about to be 3-1.
Hey, are you booking your ticket to Arizona? Book it right now in front of all of us.
Heck no.
Go ahead, go to Priceline there, tough guy.
I'm not dropping $600.
Although you did say, here's Siggy, the Bucks won it in Tampa with Brady. That's right. That's right. Well, it's not like it's going to be in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? Steven Volcano says, I like apples.
Nice.
Cool, Steven. Let's so with all the storms rolling in,
Yeah.
you are directly affected. Your grandparents have a home down there in Naples, you said.
Yeah.
Take us through that story real quick. I mean,
Yeah.
Listen, if you're looking for breaking news today, we don't have it. Like, I'm just gonna put it, and people can scatter from watching this, but there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world right now, and obviously, Richie, tell us about the call you got from your grandpa.
Yeah, it wasn't a happy one. I'll say that. It was not a happy one. Right now, 5 feet of water. It's going to get worse as the night goes on in Florida. So I guess all of us at YSN, we extend our best wishes to those that are in the Florida area, especially on the coast, because the western part of the Gulf is going to get hit really hard. Already got hit hard this morning, going to get hit hard again tonight. Orlando is going to be in effect. All of Florida is really going to be in effect with the storm from Miami all the way up to the top to Jacksonville. So I guess we wish our best to them. Right now, my grandpa's boat is floating in the lagoon.
We're not laughing. It's a funny story.
Off the dock.
It's even funnier because
get my swimsuit out and go get it.
he's not lying. He said he's going on Saturday, going down the lagoon, flying down. Richie in the middle of a hurricane, going down the lagoon. And he's gonna swim out to get the boat and bring it back.
That boat has so many memories on it. It's like my grandpa and myself. That's like our boat that we always go fishing on. So like that sucks if that's gone. Yeah, I mean it's scary right now. My aunt and my uncle, the Benyos, right now, their cars down there are toast. My grandparents' cars are toast. Everybody that had their cars done. I mean, there's 5 feet of standing water.
You said your grandpa just bought a brand new car, decked it out,
and it's done. Obviously, insurance is probably going to help with that, but I don't think it's going to get back to, that point. They're probably going to give you face value for something like, hey, we'll give you this. You spend it the way you want.
That'd be so
but
bad.
it's definitely tough right now because, Florida on the Gulf side is usually pretty calm, right? I mean, there's always hurricane watch and tornado watch off the coast, but, it hasn't happened since the 1990s.
Yeah.
Like, been hit that hard to where you have standing water on the ground. So, I mean, this is going to be probably a billion, not $1 billion, a couple $1 billion project to clean up that area alone.
Do you remember we went to New Orleans?
Yeah, they still haven't rebuilt that city.
That was bad news.
Yeah.
Bad news. I think Florida rebuilds before New Orleans does, though.
New Orleans, there was potholes in the ground that are 5 feet deep.
It was, we talked about it. It was the dirtiest city we've ever been to in our life. And it was just like people gave up. There's so much poverty down there that there was just no coming back from it. You think people down there had Insurance? No, they
Well,
can barely
that's the
make,
problem.
rub two coins together.
Yeah, when that hurricane came in, one of the worst ever, wipes out homes.
Yep.
And like you said, some people are fortunate enough that with insurance probably going to be able to get some of that back. Other people are not.
Rebuild or relocate. Those are your two
saw
options.
it. And you saw it. I mean, some people down there are just not in a great position right now.
No. And then Florida's a little different from that standpoint. It's still majority of Florida fixed income.
Yeah.
Obviously with the taxes that they have down there, it's a little bit more challenging. But I think there's more affluent people down in Florida that could make it work.
Yeah.
What from our standpoint, a lot of it is going to be affected from sports. We talked, how is it affecting YSN? Well, we're supposed to go down to Tampa in January for the World Championships. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't
know what's going to happen with that. That field might be toast.
Yeah, I mean, if you say that there's 5 feet of water,
you can't. All right, so
that just doesn't go away.
Yeah, off the coast, the 5 feet of water is literally like standing water. So you can't get a car. You can't get anything through.
Who's the poor bastard that has to report that, though? You know what I mean?
I saw some reports. I think they're on a boat.
So, who called your grandpa?
So my grandpa got a call from the so he lives in like this condo.
Yeah.
So that guy, the condo manager.
He stayed.
He didn't stay for the storm, but he came back in. I don't know how the heck he got back in.
Probably your grandpa's boat.
He might have stayed. Yeah, he took the boat and drove it out to the lagoon and parked it there, and it's going to be in the Gulf. And some pirate's going to pick it up, and the pirate's going to drive it, and it's going to be gone.
O'Neill Cruz is going to be driving your grandpa's boat in the Gulf. No problem. He says, Chris says, my relatives in St. Pete, Tampa, said they've been lucky so far.
Yeah, tonight
it's going to get bad. And you said that all the planes are canceled, all the flights.
Planes. They have no planes in Tampa or Fort Myers. Yeah, so you can't get in, you can't get out.
There's a good question. What is the biggest storm we've ever witnessed in Ohio? I don't think I witnessed it. I think I was just born whenever those tornadoes came through. 85, I want to say, something like that.
I think we've been kind of blessed. I mean, of course, you get the occasional thunderstorm and whatever, but
it's not so much a storm here for us. But I will tell you this: living in the great village of East Palestine, for some weird reason, during the winter, the electric just goes out. And it's just like, I remember my wife, and I think she had the girls, they went to Pittsburgh, and I was, that generator you see over there, that green one, I was living on that generator for heat. Our house is all electric.
Oh yeah.
So it was the only, I had the fireplace on. That was all we could get going. Heat. I wouldn't turn the TV on. I was going straight off my phone. Oh, it was bad, man.
Oh.
It was bad. It wasn't necessarily a storm, but the winter storms we've been getting. I remember, was it 2009? The snowstorm that it was terrible.
Yeah, I remember having 6 consecutive days off of school because of that.
It was unbelievable. So I would rather have, and people are going to be like, oh, okay. I'd rather have rain right now. Just rain. I'm not talking what they're getting in Florida.
Yeah.
And thunderstorms than have all that snow, because that snow messes you up. It shuts things down quick.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. I hate snow. I hate the cold. I hate wintertime. And I'd rather have a storm in the summer with lightning and heat than snow. I can't stand it.
So if you were...
Because one, I got to go out there, and I don't mind this, shoveling my whole driveway.
Oh,
then I got to do my neighbors.
Yep. So let me ask you this. If the power goes out and you have an all-electric house, you're totally dependent on electric, would you rather go out in the summer or the winter? I'd rather go out in the winter. I'm being honest, because I can bundle up.
Blankets. Yeah, you could just throw 800 blankets on it. You'll be all right. I don't know. I don't mind the heat. That's the thing with me. I love the heat.
Would you go out like Quinn in the bed of a truck and tan?
No, I can't tan. I get burnt. But I love the heat just because I'd rather be hot than cold. Oh. I hate the cold with a burning pat. My hands don't know how to function when it gets cold. For some reason, I don't have much blood flow in my hands. So when it gets cold, they turn purple.
Are you cold right now? Because the heat's not on?
Like, you can see it. Like,
yep.
I don't know what it is. Like, when it's 20 and I'm doing a football game in the playoffs, I'm done.
Yep.
I hate it. I sit there and I'm just like,
I'm the same way with that. Like, but it's my feet. Like,
my feet and my hands are done.
Yeah, it's just bad circulation when you're like, oh, it's so
I had
bad.
to, so 2 years ago, when I did Youngstown State camera work for football on top of that scoreboard, I had to do a game in the winter when it was snowing and it was close to 20 degrees. I had boots on. I had 3-4 pairs of socks on. I couldn't feel my feet up there. Like, it was so miserable, and the wind was blowing at your face because you're high up on the scoreboard. I was numb. Like, everybody else was like in the dawn after, which is like the meeting place, and they're all laughing, talking about. I was numb. Like, it was like almost like I turned into a snowman. I couldn't talk. I was just numb.
You were frosty.
Yeah, I was like, I think I had like frostbite.
I got a novel idea. You ready for this?
What?
We're gonna do a power half hour today. Call it quits. Get out early. I've got to get over to the post office pub in Mineral Ridge. You, sir, have an interview to do. Before we do that, let's hit this, the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark real quick. Here we go. The Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by our friends over at Joe Dickey Electric in North Lima. If you can't get there, get over to DickeyElectric.com. Anything commercial, residential, anything electrical, you need to contact our friends over at Joe Dickey Electric. Richard, what is your spark today?
I just piggyback on what I said. Prayers to everybody in Florida, really. Stay safe, and hopefully everybody's able to get out of it. Hopefully they have insurance. I know it's going to kill a lot of families and businesses in that area off the coast. So hopefully they're able to recover and just get better.
I want to kind of follow up on last night. Obviously, we were at Legends last night. We were at the Golden Dawn last night. Tonight, Post Office Pub, Sam's Wedge Inn, and Coca's Pizza. So thanks to all of those great sponsors, as well as Hackett's, who does the Cheney Coach's Corner and player profiles. Thanks to these great businesses for not only inviting us in, letting us borrow some electricity, bringing people into their domain, so to speak. But thanks, because most of them don't charge us or the players or coaches, and they feed us. Mm-hmm. So and that's money. I mean, that's currency that's leaving their pocket and going into our mouths. So thank you for all of that. I mean, that's above and beyond. And thank you for the players coming out and understanding that. Don't order the entire, left side of the menu. Being cordial, being so grateful for being there and having the opportunity. So, thank you to all of them. And again, if you want to sign up for your communities, obviously we're getting late in the fall season, but we're opening things up for winter here very, very shortly. You can get ahead of it by reaching out to us on social or emailing info at ysnlive.com. We're gonna call it quits right now. Just because we got a ton of things to do and there's not a lot happening. We don't want to waste your time either. That's Richie. I'm DJ. We'll see you tomorrow on the YSN Power Hour right here on YSN. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation.